Hey, what's good? January 6, 1973, ABC aired the first of 65 episodes of Schoolhouse Rock. And since it seems like there's a lot of us have forgotten what America is all about, we're going to rewatch The Preamble by Schoolhouse Rock. Before we get into it, remember to go to coconutjustice.com to get you some clothes that I think would look good on you. Let's go. Yeah, ever since I started rewatching these, there's a lot of people on social media that are reliving their childhoods and stuff. So it's a lot of fun to connect back with the quality TV. You know, before TV turned into whatever we're seeing now. They back when I was a kid, they had rules to TV. Like if you're trying to make an argument, you would also have to make the other side of the argument, you know? So instead of having Fox News yelling for the right side and CNN yelling for the left side, everyone was obligated to give proper facts and proper points of view and stuff like that. Now it's like they're finding that the more you trigger your audience, the more money you make at the price of our respect for the Constitution. So for me, this is more like tapping back into my childhood, tapping back into when we had more pride when it came to education and stuff like that. So let's get into it. Let's see let's remember what the preamble to the Constitution is all about.
Hey, do you know about the USA? Do you know about the government? Can you tell me about the Constitution? Hey, learn about the USA.
Yeah, oh, Marge up there sewing up the flag.
1787, I'm told our founding fathers did agree to write a list of principles for keeping people free. The USA was just starting out a whole brand new country, and so our people spelled it out, the things that we should be. And they put those principles down on paper and called it the Constitution. And
Yes,
it's been
ma'am.
helping us run our country ever since then. The first part of the Constitution is called the Preamble and tells what those founding fathers set out to do.
Yeah, so the Constitution was for us. The preamble was basically for everyone else. Preamble was like us telling the world, this is what we're going to do. It's kind of like in science, you come up with your theory, you come up with an idea, and then you work on it, you try to prove it, disprove it, and then you go out into the science community, and then you're like, hey, you guys, this is what I found. I found that, well, in this case, we're telling the world. We think that we don't need a king, no kings. We think that we can do this as a group, as a team. Our team is the United States of America. If you're an American, if you're, we used to hold each other, we used to hold ourselves and each other to a different level. We used to hold, it used to be respectful to be one of us. And now, to me, it seems like we're getting lost in the wanting to be cowboys and wanting to, spit tobacco wherever we want, say whatever we want, and just bully our way through things. Yeah, that's one way to do it, I guess.
We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and...
See what I mean? Schoolhouse Rock, bringing nothing but nice, calm bombs. Um, the preamble and the Constitution and everything that we're supposed to hold sacred as an American. It says that as long as you're an American, we're going to take care of you. You have certain rights, and it doesn't matter. Back in the day, it doesn't matter what you look like. And we're starting to find those challenges now where people that are used to having power, we're seeing people that have had a certain ease of life. Their way of living is being threatened, and they're blaming it on minorities, on immigrants, so on and so forth. And it's easy to point at someone that might look like me and say, "Get them out." Unfortunately, I ain't going nowhere. Unfortunately for you guys that think that way, I'm not going anywhere. But the point is, we made this contract with all other Americans that you're going to be taken care of. We're supposed to be taking care of each other at a different level. Because if we're going to walk around the world talking about how we're the greatest country and all this stuff, but yet, we got bags and bags of homeless people. We got people are struggling, and there's nothing but fighting. And we're supposed to be on the same team. And I think for the most part, the conversation always revolves around money and who has it, and who wants to use it for nefarious reasons or whatever reasons they're trying to use it, use money. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that there's a certain group of people that think that you have to look like them in order to qualify to be an American. And sorry for you guys. I ain't going nowhere.
This Constitution for the United States of America. In 1787, I'm told our founding fathers all sat down and wrote a list of principles that's known the world around. The USA was just starting out a whole brand new country. And so our people spelled it out. They wanted a land of liberty. And the preamble goes like this.
And before we let them actually read off the preamble, we're going to go back just a little bit. She said this land was for people and their liberty. And we have found out through this channel, through watching some other videos, we have found out that liberty is basically someone's right to be here and to find out who their best self is. If you're a business person, if you're an actor, if you're a dancer, if you're a painter, if you're whatever it is that you're trying to do, we are supposed to be, the trendsetters. We're supposed to be the ones who introduce culture, but like not just the cowboy culture that we have, not just the loudmouth brashiness that we do. We have some folks out here that will literally go and just ruin a place because they think they're American everywhere. I don't know, our culture, for as long as I've lived, I've seen our culture deteriorate to what it is now. And now we have a lot of loudmouths up on stage talking a lot of really, really rough stuff. And just think, if it was someone that looked like me or a black person or whatever up there saying those things that these folks are saying, you don't think that There's folks out there that would catch feelings. You don't think that there's folks out there that would be scared? Like if Barack Obama was in charge and then he sent out some Gestapo ICE stuff to go roughing you guys up and pulling you guys out of cars and doing like what's happening today is wild. And there's people here co-sign to that stuff.
Out, they wanted a land of liberty.
Freedom to find out who your best self is liberty.
And the preamble goes like this. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the...
And that's a perfect visual. Think of the Constitution as like rules for the game. So if you're mad that we have a Constitution, we have a set of rules, imagine trying to play baseball and there's no rules and there's the other team just does whatever they want. You know, like imagine going somewhere and playing football or baseball, and then someone tries to apply rules of football, and you're gonna be confused. You're gonna be like, "What are you doing, dude?" Constitution is that, and then when you break the rules, then you're not playing the right game.
Defense, promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty. To ourselves and our posterity do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. For the United States of America.
Yeah, nice and quick. Little refresher as to what the preamble was. Preamble basically says you guys are about to read through the rules. If you come to play this American game, these are the rules. We don't have to check with some king. We don't have to check with some blowhard. We don't have to check with some orange dude in some big old White Castle with a ballroom and a $150 million jet, whatever it was, whatever $400 million jet. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about one person. It's not just about one little group. This nation was built. We're supposed to run around as a team. And if you want to come play on this team, the Constitution is the rule book, and the preamble is just setting you up for what you're about to hear. You're about to hear that if you come here and you turn yourself into an American, or if you're born here and you are an American, there's a lot of us here, you have a certain amount of inalienable rights. And the preamble sets you up to go through and read through those rights, right? So, yeah, unfortunately for some folks out there, it's not about the color of your skin. It's about the content of your character. And you have to co-sign to what the Constitution says. This isn't a discussion between the population and one guy. No, it's not a conversation between the population and a group of people that are convincing you that just because they have money, they know the right way to do things. That's not how it goes. The Constitution doesn't have feelings or fears. It's an inanimate object. So it's not going to get mad and then sick ice on brown people just because. See what I'm saying? Rules, we need stable rules. So then that way everyone knows how to maneuver when they come here or when they're from here. And having someone who is volatile, just waking up and wanting to mess someone else up now because they had a bad day or something. That's exactly why the Constitution was written, and that's why this American experiment was created, is because we don't want to deal with that. There's a bunch of things that go into this, habeas corpus and everything. Like, you have rights. Those people that are getting bombed in the middle of the ocean, you know, it's important to understand that if they're blowing up boats without asking what's on those boats, they can do that to you too. Unless you follow the Constitution. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with each and every one of your friends. And if you want to come hang out with me while I work on creative projects and watch videos and all that stuff, hit that subscribe button and then change the little alert icon so it says all. That way, every time I come out with something new, you'll be alerted. Don't forget to go to coconutjustice.com to get you some dope gear. And with that, I'm out.
Coconut Justice.